Hey guys, so I wanted to make a quick video. I'm on this guy's channel. It's called Popeye's Biscuit Birdie. I don't know. You can look it up. He's funny. He's like a Chrissie supporter, which is fine. But I think he's funny, and I agree with some of his talking points. So that's why I'm reacting to his video. But I saw his latest video, but I went to his channel and I watched all the ones that I could find about Chrissie. And he has one that says the real reason why Chrissie stopped talking about colorism, which is good. Y'all should watch it. But basically he says something like Exoticals United, her channel doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, it's really just her own personal experiences and like random talking points that Chrissie basically made up. So why would you just make a video on what she made up? Basically, it was saying that her channel is like a copycat or something like that. And then he basically went on to say that yeah, she's basically like just like a copycat, like an echo of what Chrissie is saying. And I kind of want to debunk that talking point that Exoticals United's channel is basically just like an echo of Chrissie's channel, or a way to like discredit anything Chrissie's saying, which amazes me because y'all, this is two sides of the same coin. So anything the one side says, it goes what the other side says. As long as everyone's telling the truth about the experiences, it's two sides of the same coin. So, for example, I thought about the whole natural hair movement and how, just for like context, I'm a cosmetologist. And when I started school, I did a big chop and I was natural for like years. And so I remember like in the early channels of YouTube, like natural hair movement and stuff like that. Like I didn't have a channel, but I was definitely like watching all of those videos, whether their hair type looked like mine or not. For example, I didn't even know what a hair type was. Doing my big chop was the only reason why I knew what 4C, A, B. I still low-key don't know what all those mean, but I knew 4C because I mean, I low-key self-diagnosed myself with 4C just because like I was like, I'm going to get into like my skin and my hair because sometimes I feel like it's so weird talking about this, but just to give you guys context, but I was having like trouble like managing like my natural hair because I had perm since I was a little girl. So I just said cut it all off. I'm doing a TWA. So yeah, this is where I learned 4C, TWA. I didn't know what none of this stuff meant until I did my big chop when I was in hair school. So I started watching videos online. So I remember the whole natural hair movement. I was like really interested in it. And I would watch girls who have 4C hair, even though I don't have that, just because I don't know. Like, this is why I say I'm still easing off the Kool-Aid juice, y'all. Because and I'm just trying to be funny here. I over niggified myself. Like, I always do that. Like, I don't know. Like, I got into like this is way before I made my channel, before I was like more like conscious of the stuff that I was doing. But like, yeah, like I always like, I don't know. I feel like I was so like pro-black that I didn't want to be light-skinned. If somebody called me light-skinned, I would be like, no, I'm brown-skinned. Or they'd be like, you're so pretty. What do you mix? I'd be like, black, blackly, black. What's wrong with black? You know, like I was really like, so I didn't even leave room for consideration. So for some reason, I just told myself that I had 4C hair because one, I figured if this cream can work for 4C hair, which is because of the way the cuticles are, it doesn't get the most moisture. If this can moisturize this hair, then it can definitely moisturize mine. So if a girl with 4C hair can make her hair look how I wanted my hair to look like, let's say if you have 4C hair and I wanted some finger curls. Most girls with short hair that got finger curls got a perm. To get a finger wave. If you wanted the finger wave hairstyle, you would have to sometimes have like a perm or a relaxer. But I know girls that got natural hair, 4C hair, that they can mold their hair into a finger wave style, like a 1920s finger wave style with natural hair. So that's the type of stuff I was looking up. So if you use a certain mousse or a certain cream and you have 4C hair and it works for you, I just figured it would work for me. So, yeah, so I was really involved in this. So long story short, he brought up like how Exoticals United channel was like an echo. So I thought about the natural hair movement and how I remember watching a video on Chrissie. She basically said that the quote unquote good hair girls hijacked the natural hair movement. And when I first watched Chrissie channel, I didn't even notice it. I thought I was a part of natural hair movement. I didn't know it was no sneaky stuff going on. I didn't even notice when she said the movement got hijacked, because think about it. If you think about it, like in the 70s and stuff, when people started wearing afros and stuff, there was like a research of natural hair being loved, and that was a beautiful movement. And the thing is, when you say we're all black, or you're probably not even a real exotical, you're implying that we should all be in the same boat. Meaning, if someone has a certain grain of hair and someone else has another grain of hair, but you're telling them no matter what, they're both black, when they upload a video on hashtag Black Natural Hair, it's going to be two people that think they're the same with two different hair textures. So when you deny someone's admixture, regardless of how big or small it is, and you say, well, no, you're just black, shut up, you're just black. So when they join the natural hair movement, there's going to be a disconnect. So maybe the girls with a certain hair should have called their movement something else, because the natural hair movement was made for people with 4C hair, period. So, or at least hair that is close to that. So I found that interesting. But to say the light skinned girls just hijacked it is disingenuous, because if you tell us we're all black, why wouldn't we put ourselves in the same community? Let's just say if you're a black girl. Now, me personally, I don't have good hair, silky hair. I do not have that at all. But I also do not have like 4C hair and like super kinky hair. The best way for me to describe it is my hair is like bushy and like poofy and wavy, not wavy like silky wavy, but like a poof. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Because when you see girls with straight hair, it goes straight down, like Cher or the girl from The Ring, just straight hair, straight down. I don't have that. But then you have beautiful 4C hair where it's like a halo. You know, like when someone wears like an afro, it's like a circle, and it looks like a beautiful halo, like in the shapes of their face. I don't have that either. If I was to put my hair in an afro, it would look like deflated. So I don't have that beautiful look either. I have like some weird in between poofy mess. My hair does not curl. If you put water on it, I might get like a wave like at the root, but the hair itself is just poofy in its natural state. So I don't really know what that would be considered. But that's just for context. But I just say the light-skinned girls just like hijack the movement. That's just ingenuous to me, because that's not what happened. If you say we're all black and blah, 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 just because you have a little curl to your hair does not make you an exotical. So that means I'm just black. So when I join the natural hair movement and I post a video and I have quote unquote a different grain of hair than someone with 4C hair, but their natural hair movement too, of course you're going to think we hijacked it because this was meant for someone else if you're throwing us all in the same boat. Which is why these channels exist, so that each admixture, each different nationality mix can have their own representation. And I was just thinking that to say that it was wrong for light-skinned girls to join the natural hair movement, when you go to a store and you look to the hair section, everything is for white people. There's only one aisle for black people. And do you think they're going to separate it between light skin, dark skin, black, Creole, mixed, little bit of white, Indian in my family? No, you get one little section for black people. And I think nowadays they do have like mixed chick hair stuff, so maybe they got that in the aisle, I don't know. But it's not like we know black hair is very sacred. And all of us, regardless of what type of hair you have, black hair is very sacred. And the natural hair movement was a big movement, and everybody wanted to be a part of that, regardless of what grain of hair you had. And when you're throwing us all in one boat, of course, we're all going to end up in the same place and get compared to each other because we look different. So that's why we do need exotical channels, and you do need the nuance, and you do need to understand the light skin side, because just one video, you're going to think light skin girls hijack the natural hair movement, but you don't understand the nuance behind it. So that's just something that interested me. But yeah, I just wanted to make that video for you guys.
Chrissie is not running away from these women's talking points. She is not afraid of these women. She is not afraid of their channel. These quote-unquote talking points from the golden sphere about black women, wearing hair texture and wigs and weave that matches the mixed race phenotype, is complimenting their phenotype and uplifting their phenotype. I mean, those are talking points that is no different from what Chrissie has always been saying. So because the talking points between Chrissie and the Exoticals channel has always been very similar, what is there to debate about? There's nothing to debate about. Chrissie, literally from day one, has always been about black women wearing their natural hair. If they are the type of black woman that has 4C hair that grows out of their scalp, she's always been an advocate for black women wearing their natural hair that grows out of their scalp. Or if it's not long, but you want it to be long, wear weave or hair extensions that matches the hair that grows out of your scalp.
So the part that like confuses me is Chrissie has every right to tell women that have 4C hair to wear 4C hair. And if those women actually did that, you would actually be able to find 4C hair, but you can't. Most of the time, it's Brazilian, it's straight hair, it's whatever. So one, you cannot blame that on anyone but the people who are supposed to be the purchasers of 4C hair when you're buying weave and stuff. So to blame that on anyone else other than the people that should be purchasing that is kind of weird. And then he goes on to say that basically Chrissie's talking point is already telling girls with 4C hair to wear 4C weave, when that's not what Exoticals is saying. She's saying the other side of that. She's saying, well, wait a minute. You're talking shit about, how MLS women look, but you want to look like this. So how is that not cognitive dissonance? You get what I'm saying? So she's not saying just copycatting and echoing everything Chrissie's saying, but just making it seem like Chrissie is wrong. That doesn't make sense. If she's echoing her, that means she's saying the exact same thing, meaning this is the same side to the other coin, even if they don't agree on everything. So if she's echoing her, that means they're saying the same thing. Like, I just don't understand why people want to make it seem like these two people are I'm not saying like they're the same, but they're not that different. Like, we're not so different, you and I. When the villain be saying that, we're not that different. We're both in the same boat, dealing with the exact same thing, and we're on two different sides of that. And this is not a new thing. Since Black people have been in this country, this has been a thing. So to act like Chrissie or Exotical Schneider are to blame for anything is unreasonable. And these two women are just trying to help the women that look like them, period. So any weird things, any mean things you have to say, keep it to yourself. This is for intellectuals who want to prove intellectual points, not talk shit about people. And I ain't even trying to be mean to the people that, didn't do that and can listen and compose themselves decently. But to those that want to say mean things and accuse people of things and put words in people's mouth that they never said, that doesn't get us anywhere. What did you gain from that? So that's just how I feel about this.